men kill quick, with a bullet or a noose. But their fight is with me, and I kill much slower.
When fans of Helen Mirren and Harrison Ford think 1923, they likely think of the hit TV Western of the same name. Well, here in LA, though, the real-life 1923 may represent the most significant year in our city's history. Evan Lovett is an expert on all things Los Angeles. He talks culture, history, and secrets of the City of Angels on his wildly popular Instagram account, LA in a Minute, and his podcast, In a Minute with Evan Lovett.
And Evan Lovett is back with us here in studio. Thanks for being with us.
Love to have you back.
And love the shirt, by the way. Shout out to Above Los Angeles who made that shirt as well.
Above Los Angeles, great friend, great lover.
A great Instagram account as well. So I have heard this story about 1923, and I thought this should be the show. This is what Paramount Plus should be making. What was happening in LA in 1923 that led to this crazy year of growth?
So very important year in Los Angeles. So Los Angeles was a relatively new city, developed in 1851, but by 1870 it only had 5,000 people. By the 1920s, it had 500,000 people because of what was going on. You had the discovery of oil. Los Angeles was essentially the Saudi Arabia of its day. A third of the world's oil was being produced in Los Angeles, which meant jobs. Agriculture was booming, which meant jobs. And the movie industry was driving growth and becoming the beacon of Los Angeles for the whole world. So all of this was driving migration. People were coming to Los Angeles, and Los Angeles was finally becoming this metropolitan city in such a fast, rapid time.
And some of the most famous landmarks were built in 1923. We were just looking at the Coliseum.
Absolutely. The LA Memorial Coliseum, which was a civic project that was meant to honor the veterans of World War I all throughout the nation. But what it ended up being was the People's Playground, along with Exposition Park. It was a showcase for the world that Los Angeles is going to be this worldwide city. They had the Olympics in mind. The Olympics took place 9 years later, so they built this massive stadium, one of the biggest and one of the most technologically advanced at the time in 1923, to show the world that we are here. We can compete both literally and physically.
Of course, the home of the 1932 Olympics and the 84 Olympics, and soon to be the 2028 Olympics as well.
Host three, that's
Disney
right.
Cartoon Studio also starting in 1923.
Very interesting story here. Disney, of course, with the massive impact on the world coming from Los Angeles. Now, Walt Disney and his brother Roy started in Kansas City. Now, Walt actually wanted to be a live-action director. They did animation, of course, but he had directed an Alice in Wonderland type movie back in Kansas City. But it's Kansas City. You need to come out to Los Angeles. That's where Hollywood was first really becoming Hollywood. So they started the Disney Brothers Studios in Echo Park. And, you know, they tried to do the live action thing, but animation ended up working a little bit more. But 1923 was when Disney planted their flag in Los Angeles.
Okay, now to downtown Los Angeles, where there is the Biltmore Hotel.
Biltmore Hotel, charming and historic. Now, this was very significant. So as Los Angeles was developing and growing and becoming this metropolitan city, it was finally being recognized for tourism. And people were like, we're coming to Los Angeles. And this, you know, there were hotels. Beverly Hills Hotel existed. But this was on a grand scale, 3,000 rooms. This was the host on the coast. And it was a huge ordeal when it opened. They had a ceremony and a band. And it was just a great event. And the Biltmore really established Los Angeles as that travel destination and a place for tourism, which is one of the main industries in Los Angeles to this day.
And it's in like every movie, too. I think I just saw Oppenheimer. I think it's in Oppenheimer and the Biltmore as well.
There you go.
Hollywood, you've mentioned it several times. When you think of Hollywood, though, Hollywood Land, right? The big sign.
So Hollywood Land, this is kind of a double, is why it was so important in 1923. Not just establishing Hollywood, the world's, you know, where the motion pictures come from, where all the filming is, synonymous with Los Angeles and that industry, but the beginning of the golden age of Hollywood. But the Hollywood sign is the most famous sign in the world, and that represented a real estate development. And what's more Los Angeles than real estate and this pie-in-the-sky expansion? So the Hollywood sign kind of represented both of those facets of Los Angeles culture.
And then that brings us to Bel Air.
Wow, so Bel Air was the vision of Alfonso Bell, who came from a very privileged stock. His father founded Bell and Santa Fe Springs. His uncle founded the LA Railways. But Alfonso Bell had the idea for a very exclusive community. So he built Bel Air with these huge properties and the vision of the huge mansions. And why that's important is because Los Angeles has so many fantastic neighborhoods, but so many exclusive and wealthy neighborhoods that are designed for a certain privilege, and Bel Air was actually the first. So that happened in 1923 as well.
And also in 1923, we don't have time to talk about it because we're out of time, El Cholo was also formed. So drink a margarita for the folks at El Cholo.
100
well.
years, celebrate El Cholo.
Right. Okay, so you can follow Evan Lovett online and get more fascinating information from him. Follow Ellen in a Minute on Instagram. You can also subscribe to In a Minute with Evan Lovett wherever you listen to your podcasts.